Myself, Dr. Lokesh. I welcome you back in the Full Stack studio. So today we have Dr. Abuzar with us. So we will discuss few things about how drones are actually working and what are the use of drones in Full Stack. Starting with the basic things means all the audience is also willing to know about why these drones are suppose getting huge response in the market nowadays.
Yeah, I've been asked that question quite a lot. It's just that drones were something prehistoric. Then they come into the market in line. Everybody wants one. So let's go back in time. Where do unmanned vehicles come from? I'm not talking about aerial vehicles. I'm just talking about unmanned vehicles. Initially, they were used in chemical, radiological, or biohazard situations, right? Then those unmanned vehicles further evolved themselves and they became unmanned aerial vehicles and were generally used by militaries,
Yes.
right? Defense specific purpose, and most of the use were reserved for defense purposes itself. Then all of a sudden, with the rise of evolution, or let's just say the fourth generation of technology, what happened? We have seen quite a lot of hobbyist development. Like most of the drone flyers we see today are like hobby flyers. They are school going kids, they are college going kids. Most of them they don't have any computer science background or any mathematical background or any aerodynamical background. They are flying drones, they are having fun with it. So most of the evolution came from that. And as we see, like there are lots of companies, there are lots of industries, there are lots of governments who are keeping track of that. So as it happened, people started interfering with aerocrafts, people have started interfering with radio signals, people were started to interfere with defense drone itself. So all that brought into a new technological transformation, and that brought drone into the first light, or let's just say first picture.
You're right, Abuzar, because most of the time what we see, the school kids are very fascinated about in drones, because most of the times when we see drones are in the campus, they're very fascinated things to.
Yeah, most of the time, even in Bennett, we can go around. There are not only computer science or physics students. There are students from electronics and mechanicals who are also very interested in drones, and they want to part of the society as well, club as well. So it's just fascination, hobby that's keeping this thing forward, and that's served as a boon as well. It serves as a boon as well, because the evolution is not limited to some particular field or some particular skill set. It's from everywhere.
With the help of full stack, so is there any way to create a combination of full stack with the drones? So any chance to create such a software that is useful for the drones?
Actually, the question is quite valid. I'll say full stack serve as a technological background for drones. Like, let's see what happens when we are flying a drone. We are flying a drone. So first thing, the drone might be communicating with your handheld remote or a satellite system. Second thing, you might have given drone a trajectory which is flying. Third thing, you might have given your drone a specific task which it's performing. Like during the fourth thing, during performing that task, drone might be transferring data, lots of data back, lots of images back. Fifth, drone might be working with other drones as well. There will be a cooperative environment where multi drones are working, right? Sixth, there might be a swarm. Seventh component, it's like there might be other drones which are rogue drones or which are normal drones but are compromised. So we need to deal with lots of situations at the same time, right? When you are flying the drone, like it's comes quite simple. You are flying a drone, you are flying it using a satellite, through a satellite or through a remote control, but there's a complete environment. Like for particular tasks, the drone might be defense specific, the drone might be collecting information from some nuclear radiation or volcano itself. Like there are particular tasks that are need to be performed. Second, there are alien drones as well which we need to take care of. So the development is actually a stepwise process. It requires a lot of components, and here the full stack comes into existence.
Few students told me that they are designing a drone, and they are designing with the help of a graphical user interface they are embedding in the drone. So whenever you see the drone flying and you are going to control with the help of the gesture, with the help of the GUI gesture, so there can be multiple options while we are dealing with the computer, but while we are flying something, there should be limited options. You cannot have many options on the GUI at the same time, because it's very risky to deal with the many options at the same time. So that time we need to have a correct user interface.
It's like initially back in the day when we used to fly drones, it was all on our naked eyes. Like as long as you can see, you can fly it. Then there came those FPV goggles. There's a camera mounted on the drone. Everything that drone sees, you can see it directly into your eyes using those goggles. You don't need to stare at the sky all the time, and you can complete it. You can control it using a remote control. Now, though, that vision that is available on our FPV goggle can be further, let's say, normalized onto a computer screen, right, onto a computer screen, like those army drones still do. But they are reserved for they have their own reserved purposes. We can build specific drones that for specific applications using by transforming that FPV view of the drone to a computer screen directly itself.
So today we don't have any drone to show you here, but I guess one day Abuzar will come with a
Yeah,
drone.
definitely. We will have a demo for the full stack club, so they can also get into like picture, and they can have their own ideas implement with our drone club.
It will be really amazing.
Yeah.
So it was just a short discussion with Dr. Abuzar, and thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you for
Abuzar.
having me,
Really, okay, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.